Okay, I am live on Twitch. First off, I know today is potentially a very busy day for some people because for those that don't know or that don't really pay attention to it, today is the opening day of the 2024 Summer Olympics. So happy Olympics opening day to all those who are celebrating and who will be watching the opening ceremony tonight. I do plan on watching it. It is actually on very soon, so I don't know whether I'll be streaming very long today. But yeah, I wanted to get a quick I don't know, pre-Summer Olympics Ace Attorney party in before I get ready to watch the Summer Olympics. But yeah, I also hope everyone is doing wonderful. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, happy first day of the Olympics. I always love to watch the Olympics every year. I don't pay attention to every sport, but yeah, I like to watch the gymnastics and the swimming and the diving. Yeah, I definitely prefer the more artistic sports. But yeah. So I would think I'll be streaming like maximum 2 hours today, maybe even a little less, but I really wanted to get streaming today, seeing as I can't stream tomorrow, because I have a friend over all day. So yeah, we're gonna continue with some Ace Attorney. I'm just gonna turn down the audio for the game on my headset because I can barely hear myself talk. But yeah, hi Scotch as well. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, we're gonna continue. Yeah, that is the one we are doing. But yeah, if anyone wants to share their plans for how they'll be watching the Olympics or celebrating the Olympics, please go ahead. I am more than happy for this to be like a pre-Summer Olympics party for most people. But yeah. But yeah, until then, we're gonna be talking to Detective Dick Gumshoe about the latest developments in the current case we're playing on Ace Attorney, which is to do with a key person in the DL6 incident being shot on a boat. And the culprit may or may not be our favourite prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth. So, yeah. So, we are going to be proving him innocent. But, yeah, let's talk to Gumshoe. You know the boat rental shop down at Gourd Lake? Yeah, that's fine, Scotch. I do pay attention to the news as well because I know the Olympics is everywhere when it's on. Like everywhere is talking about it. So yeah, I do that for the sports I don't really like to watch myself. So yeah, I'll check out the news for the sports that I don't really want to watch. But yeah, for the sports I really like to watch, like the swimming and the diving, yeah, I'll definitely watch those. But yeah. You know the boat rental shop down at Gourd Lake? Oh yeah. The old man who runs it is appearing as a witness in court tomorrow, right? Huh? How'd you... that was supposed to be top secret. Do you know who that old man is, Detective? Actually, I don't. He's a bit of an odd bird. I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. I decided first that he wasn't persuasive enough to stand and testify as a witness. That's why we called Miss Lauder Hart yesterday. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea. Oh wow, a John Doe. Interesting. Sounds suspicious. Sounds sus. But yeah, let's ask Gumshoe about the DL6 incident. Okay. Yeah, just checking something. There we go. We need to know about the DL6 incident. Huh? That was when Edgeworth's father died. I can't help but think that it has something to do with this current case. To tell the truth, I don't know much about DL6 either. Mr. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the file. So I'm afraid I can't show them to you either, pal. What? However, if you can convince me somehow that the DL6 incident is related to the case, well, I guess I consider opening the file up. So yeah. What's that, a parrot? The old man at the boat rental shop's parrot. The parrot knew about that incident. That incident? DL6. What? Yeah. Polly, have we forgotten something? Rock. Don't forget DL6. Rock. Yeah, oh my god, it's so hard doing a parrot, because it's like, a parrot can have so many different sounds and can talk in, like, they always have the raspiness, like, whenever you hear a parrot in, like, a cartoon or something like that, or in real life. But, yeah, I mean, they always, it depends on the parrot, but they have, like, different pitches and stuff, so it's hard to really find an ideal voice for a parrot. So yeah, don't mind me, I'm just gonna do like a really croaky parrot voice, like generic parrot voice. Haha. I'm pretty sure that old man must have taught her that word. Yeah, but how would that old man know about the L6 incident? Yeah, that's what we're wondering. Yeah, I know it's probably no big deal, but yeah. But yeah, doing a parrot is like, I mean, it's pretty difficult. I mean, I can't imagine how, so obviously Gilbert Gottfried played Iago the parrot in Aladdin. I can't imagine how difficult it was for him to do a really good parrot voice. But then Gilbert Gottfried was such a professional. So, yeah. But yeah, he was amazing as Iago in Aladdin. What if that old man was connected to DL6? Nick, you think he might be? I get ya. Sounds like you need information on the DL6 incident. Though there is a station's records room. I'll give you special permission to go in and find what you need. Alright, way to go, Detective Gumshoe. Okay, Nick, to the records room. I guess it's time we faced Edgeworth's past. Okay, so let's move to the records room to get some information. Oh wow. Yeah, it definitely looks like your typical archive, that's for sure. Wow, it's amazingly dusty. 10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess. Let's find that DL6 stuff quick. 15 years ago, both me and Edgeworth were 9 years old. We were almost through with 4th grade when he suddenly transferred. because of DL6. Nick, I found out where the file is. Oh, thanks. Just let me know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get the right file. Okay, so let's talk to Maya. So first we're going to look into the case summary. Well, first I have to get a handle on the main facts, like a summary. Right. Summary, found it. Here you go. December 28th, 2001. That's exactly 15 years ago from the day after tomorrow. So in 2 days, the case is closed. The incident took place in the elevator of the district courthouse. What? Is this the same district courthouse where we're holding the trial now? Looks like it. There was a large earthquake at 2 p.m. on that day. Part of the court building collapsed and all the lights went out. Oh my god. Wow, that was some earthquake. So not to divert from the game a bit again, but I have a funny story about the only earthquake I've ever come across in my whole life. So I actually didn't know the earthquake ever happened. It was only a small one. It was when I was a bit younger, so like when I was like still in school. But a small earthquake hit like my area of the UK overnight, and I didn't know about it because I slept through the whole thing whilst flash floods and stuff were going on outside. So my dad told me like a few days after, and I was like, wait, what earthquake? So yeah, I know obviously in some countries earthquakes are a lot more serious, and yeah, I probably wouldn't sleep through those, but yeah, it was it was pretty funny, but also kind of scary that was going on whilst I slept. At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. 5 hours? Oh, 5 hours. That would be scary like that in the dark. And the even funnier part about the earthquake I was talking about was my dad did get woken up by the whole thing. So he did actually like peek outside and see like the floods and the rain and stuff. But yeah, so but yeah, I still can't believe I slept through an earthquake. But then again, I am a pretty heavy sleeper. Like I can sleep through most things, which can be a bit of a blessing and a bit of a curse sometimes. Especially when I need to get up for an alarm, but sometimes I'll just sleep through it. The survivors? One of the 3 in the elevator had been shot in the heart. That was Mr. Edgeworth's father, wasn't it? So yeah, that guy slumped on the floor in the picture, that's Mr. Edgeworth's dad. He said that his father was shot before his very eyes. So Miles Edgeworth was one of the other passengers in that elevator. Okay, so that was the case summary. Also excuse if you heard any background noise, that was just my fiance coming through my room and getting some stuff. But yeah, so now we're gonna look into the victim data. You have data on the victim, Edgeworth's father. You think alarms are meant to be slept through? Yeah, kind of. I mean, I know my fiance is one person where he can get quite annoyed by alarms. So I do feel a bit bad if I have to set one, because it's like, and most of the times I don't want to set an alarm either. Like I wish I could just like sleep until I sleep however long I want to all the time without an alarm. But yeah, yeah, I do always think that if you do sleep through an alarm, that yeah, it was probably for the best, and you clearly needed that extra sleep, even if you do end up missing something important. Yeah, hold on. Victim. Here, found it. Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defense attorney. Ugh, excuse me. If he was still alive, he'd be 50. He had lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son, Miles. Miles Edgeworth, of course. So he was in the elevator with his father. From the angle of the bullet and other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. The pistol had been fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? Huh, it sounds just like the current case. What's going on here? Okay, now let's read about the suspect data. So, given how we've not heard anything about our mysterious John Doe who was living in that shack that we went to, this very well could, I suspect, no pun intended, that this will be the area where we'll maybe find out more about that mystery guy. Got any data on the suspect in there? That would be the guy that my mom got arrested. Hold on, this is it. The man arrested as a suspect in DL6 was Yanni Yogi. He was a clerk in the court, apparently. So Yanni Yogi seems to be the person that's holding on to his collar, question mark, in the photo. Well, then he had to have done it, but he was found innocent thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond. Hammond, the victim in our case. Right. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived, so much so he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Where could Yogi have gone to, I wonder? He may be closer than we think. Yep, there we go. Phoenix and me are on the same wavelength. I guess I know generally what happened in the L6 now. I still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth. Nick, are we going to take the whole file? There's too much. We'll never get it out. You're right. How about we just take what we think we'll need? Okay, the L6 case file, so Phoenix has just bundled all the important parts into one file, so we now have access to those in the court record. Right. That's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now all that's left is the trial tomorrow. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. But yeah, so looks like it's time for the next trial section of this case. So yep, day 3 trial. So yeah, let's continue. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Hi, Karma. Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here, anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well. No opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. 3 minutes from now? He almost sounds like, because I know Conor McGregor, before he had like a fight in the UFC, he would usually, it sort of became this little thing, as well as his trash talk, to also predict how quickly he beat his opponents. Like, I remember, I'm pretty sure it was, I think it was before one of his fights with Nate Diaz, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna knock out Nate by the end of the first round. And, yeah. So, yeah, I sort of get, like, UFC flashbacks whenever I see that line, because it's like, yeah, there's a lot of brash and cocky UFC fighters that think they can beat someone really quickly. So yeah, it just reminds me of that. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Well, must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I'll call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Yep, there he is. So if mine and Phoenix's suspicions are spot on, then that guy is gonna hopefully reveal himself to be the suspect from the DL6 incident, Yanni Yogi. I am the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle at Gold Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second, you still haven't heard who this old guy is. Yeah, raise an objection. Wait a minute, the witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I do not ask him, Mr. Wright, but I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. No, more like Von Karma knows the guy's name and he's not telling us because we know that we'll be, because we know that, that he'll be the guy that we think he'll be. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure, What do you mean? My, memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Yes, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Rah! Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. Yeah, screw you, Von Karma. You should never ever predict that you'll finish things fast. The night of the murder. Okay, so let's press. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure. Yep. One of the times I agree with that, Judge. Yep. I mean, I don't really disagree with the judge at any point, apart from, the times where Von Karma, controls him and basically becomes the judge, whilst the judge allows it, is a bit annoying. But, the judge is usually a pretty nice, a pretty good character. So, yeah. Pretty sure, yep. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. Okay. Sounds like I need a drink, so I'm gonna hydrate. Right, there we go. I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did. You see, continue. Okay, let's press. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. But that's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. Parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shot. Witness, please continue. Okay, let's press that. And where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yep. Good. Continue. Okay, let's keep on pressing. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly, but I figured there were 2 men out there. Yup. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yup, at the time, that is. At the time. Okay. So, you heard 2 gunshots total? Yup. That's what Lava said in her testimony yesterday. And then, boop. By your window? Yep, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Tusk, tusk, tusk. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Oh no. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad. Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by to. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy. Why did he just pass out? This sounds like sites of evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Tusk, tusk, tusk. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I better act quick or this trial is going to be over. Okay, so let's raise an objection. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Raise an objection. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said I can't believe he's dead, but his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please, can you hear me, sis? Please, we need your help. Nick needs you. Tusk, tusk, tusk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. Yeah, you think? However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. Well, he's already fallen asleep, sir. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial in the higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. The court is adjourned. Wait! Who the heck was that? Me. Huh? Why? Oh, Larry. Well, Larry. Well, what are you doing here? Well, listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Oh, Larry trying to save the day. Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot? Larry, I hear her. Yeah. I mean, yeah, is he gonna be the hero? That's what I'm wondering, because there's always that catchphrase that gets thrown around. When something smells, it's usually the box. So, yeah, we shall see. So, you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order. Well, is this the first time something has happened like this in my court? I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. Yeah, exactly. He can make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. Well, what is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Yay! Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Oh, Larry certainly got us out of a sticky situation. But again, we might find ourselves running into a new one. Just having a quick water break again. Because, yeah, it's really warm again in the UK today, so I definitely want to make sure I keep hydrated and, yeah. Phew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth, you're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah. This might be our chance. Our chance? One time has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses. Perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15. Everything's on Larry now. Just an itch on my nose. There we go. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it, so I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Wait, that's interesting. So he had a gunshot, but he didn't see a single boat. Well then, to be fair, it was foggy, so yeah. That was an unusually big testimony, even for the court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Excuse me? Yes, Your Honour. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Okay, let's cross-examine Larry. So let's press that one. Something wrong, Mr. Wright. There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on the boat at such a late hour? Okay, let's press that one. Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Goldie. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. Okay, let's press that one. Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I think Ram was out searching for about an hour. Courtroom chaos, it's so much fun. Yeah, it really is, Scotch. It's so much fun. And I love it when it gets especially crazy. I think around, yeah. I guess it was around 12 o'clock, yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Yeah, sundial is so like ancient Egypt. Okay, let's press this one. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. Okay, let's press that one. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order, order. Well, Mr. Butts? Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. Oh wait, Larry had a single gunshot. That's the contradiction. Sir, you only had one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry, I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. But yeah, I'm gonna go to that last statement because everyone else has said that they had 2 bangs, not 1. So, yeah. Let's present. So, I think Lotta's testimony might be a good one to present. There we go. Bang on the money. Well, wait a sec, Larry. Well, what? You only heard 1 bang? You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Really, Larry? Mr. Butts, what? You only heard 1 gunshot, are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Eh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? This is where it's all gonna start going wrong. Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, and stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, gee, thanks, Larry. Exactly. I was right all along. The box is smelling again. Yes, so what? That a cry? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? I don't listen to the radio. I do listen to Spotify though. Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? That's enough. I'll continue. Continue? Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah, nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Nope. Okay, new testimony. What Larry had. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an old request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like. But I'm sure I heard the gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor, the witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me, DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so we could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Okay, let's cross-examine Larry. So let's, so yeah, I'm just gonna skip to the line where it says that yeah, let's press this one. What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good can knowing what a radio DJ said to us? Indeed, Mr. Montana has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. Wait. Oh my god, I think that's a massive contradiction. Let me have a look. It's almost Christmas. So, I think it might be the autopsy report. No, never mind. Or maybe I'm just meant to press it again. Let's try that. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Montana was right. I'm not sure how that helps us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. So yeah, let's just see if we can glean any more information that might help me narrow down the contradiction. So, you turned on the radio? Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know. You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve. Alone. I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, let's press that one. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio, which is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night? Let's press that. Real booming loud. Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on? Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. Okay, let's press that. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it, but I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know. Let's press. Yes, we already did this, so that's fine. Okay, so the autopsy report didn't work, so let's try, there we go. Larry, are you absolutely sure? But yeah, Lotta's deposition was going to be my second choice if the autopsy report didn't work, so, but yeah, that little bit of extra information from the pressing I did was enough to make me want to guess it. But yeah, it sounds like it's correct, so. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That will seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the two testimonies we've heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. There we go. Order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. Just clearing my throat and I'm gonna get a drink. There we go. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butcher's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? I think Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Oh God. So it could be the autopsy report, because the autopsy report says it could have happened on the 24th. The lake photo is not it. Don't think it's Gordy. Don't think it's the overhead map. Oh, wait, the pistol was fired 3 times. It could be the pistol. Yeah, so it's either the autopsy report, because the victim died before midnight, potentially, or it's the pistol. So I'm gonna go with the pistol. Yay, there we go. I think that was the right option. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order. I guess that would make sense out of yesterday's testimonies. Bah, you waste our time again with your empty statements. Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proof that it was fired before midnight? Do you have proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something? Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Do you have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things? Oh wait, the second lake photo could be the clue this time, because this photo was taken on Lotta's camera, which means, and Lotta's camera, if you remember rightly, or if you can remember, only fires when a loud noise is like triggers it. So yeah, that could be the clue. Yes. Oh no, he did it again. Phoenix, stop saying that line. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh yeah? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture, Your Honor. The real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. Yep, there we go. What do you mean, Your Honor? This photograph? Yeah, literally. This photograph was taken by an automatic camera. I mean, next thing you know, like, Phoenix is gonna recite a lyric from Rockstar or How You Remind Me. Like, oh. I mean, Phoenix Wright must listen to Nickelback in his spare time. That camera was sent to go off in response to loud noises. Aha. Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, all saving me, etc. Yeah. I mean, I'm honestly surprised that's not a thing where people attend like lines and like text from Phoenix Wright into like a song on YouTube and stuff. Yeah, oh my god. There was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims. Order. That would make sense with the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were two sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? Ah! Well, what's wrong, Nick? I have it. Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya. Yes. If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch and I'm going to run with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick? Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. No way, Larry did actually save us after all. Well, what do you mean, Mr. Wright? Plus. Oh, it's so hard to do that whilst my nose is so like, yeah, because my nose is a little stuffy because of allergies, but yeah. So, because you finally realized the truth, there can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yeah, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 00:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. Edgeworth and the murderer. It's the only one that makes sense. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond in 1150, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Well, what? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's Miles Edgeworth, Lotta Hart, or I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah! Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 1150, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop. Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out to the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Well, obviously the murder took place in the boat shop itself. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way, he can meet with the victim without anyone seeing. You will have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime. Recall Larry's testimony if you will. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on God Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slowly, I might be able to figure this out. Okay, that night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 1150. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yeah. Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice to create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness. The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot will look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's white coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. I couldn't have done any better on that, not to toot my own horn. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Oh no, a runaway witness. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find the witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to the trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well, court is adjourned. Wow, we're really pushing it if we're going to the last day that is allowed for this case before it closes forever due to it being an old case that's so far never been solved. And by it closing forever, I mean there's a very good chance, given that the prime suspect for this case is connected to DL6, that maybe we might be closing the book on 2 cases in the next trial section. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see if I'm right and find that out. Well, yeah. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little, relax. I'm sorry. Yeah, she's not wrong. But I fear it's not over for me yet. I mean, yeah, because it really does feel like Maya and Phoenix are the criminals and not the actual suspects. Well, what do you mean? Right? There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. What do you mean, Edgeworth? Don't tell me you actually did kill someone. But yeah, let's move on to day 3 investigation. Oh, I'm so sweaty. It's very warm. I can just feel like, you know when you've like not moved for a while, so like the sweat just like gets all sticky in one place on your body. Yeah, I have that feeling right now. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he never takes someone's life. Never. Nick? Yo, how's everyone doing? Hi, Larry. What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? So swooning? Me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faints. Right on, tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Haha, me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think he could do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Wow, Larry. Okay, let's talk to the books. Let's ask him about today's trial. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. Ha 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 ha. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty sus. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know. But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick, I don't know. But what I do know is, I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two. Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Okay, let's ask him about Edgeworth. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then, back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yeah, in grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. What? Hey Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Oh, sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear the story today and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial, a class trial. A class trial? Okay, let's ask him about the class trial. You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade. A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope of money for lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared. Yeah, Phoenix Law. Oh, I love this part of the game where we get plenty of Phoenix and Edgeworth Law. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you forget though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a class trial with me as the defendant. Oh my god, baby Phoenix. Oh, not baby Phoenix, but young Phoenix. I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. Guilty, it was you. Give the money back, you're such a meanie. Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not gonna play with you anymore. Give me back my 50 cents I loaned you. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't still steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection. You shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? Oh, look at Edgeworth in his little bow tie. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honour, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. And that's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. so I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Okay, let's ask him about after the trial. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father, a famous defense attorney. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident, right, I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he had become. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean that's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not, in court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yeah. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick. We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right, it very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I settled for who. Yeah, Maya, what else is he gonna be? I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Okay, so, let me just double check. Yeah, okay. Get the game back up. Okay, so let's move to the detention center. Yeah, let's check in on Edgeworth. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it, in 3rd grade? Lunch money? Right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know that trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney? Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple, to a fault even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Okay, let's talk to Edgeworth. But first I'm gonna have a quick water break. Okay, let's ask him, why prosecute? Hey Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, right, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not a sound man due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. Okay, let's ask him about Von Karma. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved, and not one suspect was declared innocent ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it's impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth, if what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Okay, let's move to Gold Lake entrance. Hey pal, long time no see. Hey, it's Gumshoe. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. Yep, hi, Gummy. Hi, Gummy Gumshoe. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. Eek? No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lauder was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. I guess Lauder's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Okay, so we talked to Gumshoe. So let's go to the public beach. The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Edgeworth to show up for work. Okay, let's let's move to the boat rental shop. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Him. I know that clearing was a road anywhere. Hey, it's Grossbag. Aha, hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, hmm? Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Okay, let's see if we can go into the caretaker's shack. Nobody's home. Hello, hello, raw. Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, hello, raw. I can't believe you'd run off and leave this poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello, hello, raw. Okay, so let's examine. So let's talk to Polly. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. We probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's going to hate me. Okay, let's examine the safe. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1128. What? Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Oh, but hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now it's the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail, how to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth, calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain, this letter is an amazing clue. Sir, a letter from the safe has been added to the court record. But yeah, that was a heck of a clue. Is there anything else in here? No. I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him. He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial. Okay, let's see what else there is. Fishing pole. Well, what's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Oh. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you. Oh, Maya. Okay. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. I guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. It doesn't look like he uses kitchen much. You're right. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What, you thought he was telling the truth? Uh-huh. And then let's look at these pictures. Say, Nick, do people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. Should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we did see him. Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here? But yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here, so let's move out. And then let's move to the beach again, and then move to the entrance, and then let's go to the Criminal Affairs Department. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe, he won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy you have to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Okay, so, let's, go back to the offices. One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Let's ask Maya if she has any ideas. Really? Okay. Okay, so let's go back to let's go to Grossberg. Helpfully unhelpful, yeah. Sometimes Maya can actually be helpful if you ask her what to do. But yeah, other times she'll be not very helpful. He's out again. When does he work anyway? Now, don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. Okay, so let's move to the detention center, and then let's present some stuff to Edgeworth. Okay, I was impressed by your reduction in the trial today. Granted, you were at the end of your work, but still. Nick, he noticed. Haha. Okay, let's show him. Yeah, I'm just going through the evidence and seeing whether Edgeworth can help us with any of it. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. It was that case that changed my life. And tomorrow, on December 28th, its statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow. Could that be a coincidence? But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Nick, no! That's a photo of his father. Don't show him that. You're right. What is it? Nothing. Huh? Okay, and then let's present him this. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of safe in the shack where that rental caretaker lives. I see. Huh? Revenge on me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant who got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man, not at all. So he was following this letter then? Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. He also says this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the BL6 incident. Wait, that old man. Well, what is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the BL6 incident, the one who was found innocent. Okay, let's talk to him about Yanni Yogi. Yanni Yogi was a cult neolith at the time, who just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation in his chest had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. Huh, well, isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah. There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not to tell you. You mean a nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed. A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. Okay, time for some crazy Edgeworth lore. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing, in the dark. Help! I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What? What are you? Stop breathing my air. No, Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Oh, wow! And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean it was me? I was the true criminal of BL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the L6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about the L6. Okay. So, we're gonna go to Grossberg Law offices, because he is the other person apart from the three men in the elevator that know a lot about the L6. Mr. Rosberg. Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding. I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened, It's Mr. Edgeworth. He. I see. Sir Edgeworth dreamt shot his own father. It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder. Well, what? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, Well, also consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So he wants to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real, as you imagine. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired and the deed was done. No, I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder and his career as bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be really quick about this because I need to get off stream so I can get ready to watch the Olympic opening ceremony, because I really want to watch it, because I always love to watch it every year. It's always amazing in some way or another. But yeah, unfortunately there will be no stream tomorrow because I will be busy as one of my friends is coming over all day. But yeah, so I'm gonna save really quickly. But I do hope everyone has enjoyed the stream. I have Nightbot commands for my Discord server, my YouTube and my Twitter account, so feel free to use any of those and connect with me on socials or join my Discord. But yeah, so I've saved, so let's go to the title screen. But yeah, so let's find someone to raid. I'll literally only be able to pop in and show them some love, and then I'll have to go away. But yeah, we're gonna raid someone. So the next time I will be back on stream is I will be playing Yakuza 0, and that will be on Sunday. But yeah, we're gonna see who's online. Oh, Kiana's online. Yeah, right. Yeah, let's raid Kiana. Yeah, let's raid Kiana. She's one of my best friends in the Chugs Army. I always love talking wrestling with her. She's also a great streamer. So yeah, let's show her some love. But yeah, so yeah, let's raid Kiana. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great day. I hope everyone enjoys the Olympics if you are also watching it. Yeah, may the best country win. But yeah, let's raid Kiana. And yeah, have a great birthday today and day tomorrow, and I'll be back on Sunday. So yeah, see you later everyone.